What's going on, guys? MDLP from the Battle Axe, the strongman gym in Miami, where beards are everything. So I promised to make a video about how I prep for my video. How I prep for my video. That's exactly what this video is about. False. It's about how I take care of my beard. I was talking to my man Kyle, and Adam, of course, and we had promised how to make a video of how we take care of our beards and all that stuff. It was a complete no homo conversation, with a peppered amount of homo as far as beard is concerned. So let's go over a couple things here. I have a pretty nappy beard. I don't have the cool white people Viking beard that's just like straight awesome head hair. It's pretty thick. That's what she said. So I'm gonna put that out there first so people understand out there if you have a different type of beard, but I have that thick woolly beard that's pretty freaking handsome. So I'm gonna tell you what I do from the get-go and just the process that I do. They're not very long. I normally have to wake up pretty early for work and I get lazy, and most of my stuff's pretty efficient, or I get home late. I run a gym, so I sweat all the time. I get chalk in there, tacky, all that good stuff. So I do take care of it so it doesn't look ridiculous. So let's get started. So in the shower, what I actually use to actually wash the beard is this Kalamazoo by Lush that I got on Lincoln Road, right? You see that? See what I did there? But I actually use this Lush product. It's like a creamy white substance. And so what I do is I actually just rub that in there, get it in there, get it all the way inside the beard, just like massage it in there while in the shower. And then I use this comb. Now this is a pretty fine comb. So what I do is that actually while the water's running on my beard, I turn it to the side like this. If you go really down and aggressive into the beard, you're gonna end up pulling tons of hair out and ripping them out. You're gonna feel the rip and the damage that you're doing to the beard. So what I do is that I actually turn it on the side and go ahead and just kind of comb down into the beard while the water's running on it, and I get a lot of the kind of the loose hairs. If anyone out here has a dark colored beard like mine, your house looks like it's covered in huge pubes. So it's constantly shedding. It's just the way it's gonna be. Obviously less if you take care of it, but it's gonna happen. So I knock some of the loose hairs out of there. If I start to feel like it's ripping, I just relax on the edge of the blade or don't do it at all. And I do that while I have the Kalamazoo stuff in there, and just go over, just gently over each part of the beard and just go down in the motions. And it also helps get that stuff, you know, deeper in there into the skin and stuff. Straight down. Again, most of the motions you'll see is in the motions that I want to keep the beard are up and down. I don't try to go side to side. I don't get crazy with it. It stays within that side to side, up and down kind of motion. So once we're done with that, I just got out of the shower, so that's why I have my shirt off. Okay, I have pants on, relax. I apologize for my chubbiness. It's just the way that I hang out. Not all of us are like 2%, Kyle, you jerk. Way to make the rest of us look fat. You too, Adam. So after I get out of the shower, I dry it off with a towel, normal towel, again in the same motion with the towel. I don't just like go crazy and create static. And then I go ahead and grab my Alaskan beard oil, Capos. My favorite is the Black Bear, whatever. I think it's a good smell. It's also the strongest one, so I think it just, most of the smells that I had don't stay as much in my beard as much as this one, and I really enjoy this one. So what I do is that I get a whole thimbleful, and I'll go pretty much half of it first, because what I find out is if I do a whole thimbleful, I'm clumsy, and I ended up spilling some of it, and that shit just, it makes me sad. So I go down in the same motions. I get it in the mustache, which I don't grow out very long. I tend to trim the stash, again, because my hair is really staticky and curly, and it gets up everywhere and it just bothers me. So I keep it tamed, but I let the rest grow out. So pull this bad boy down. Then I get the rest. I get the half that I left in there, and then I go up. So again, I rub it all in the hands in there and get it all in the bottom. If you have a beard like mine, getting through the thickness is a big deal. That's what she said. I have tons of those coming. Please forgive me if you don't like that's what she said jokes. I'll just try to leave as many of them out as I can. So, straight up. Get all the way in there, especially that nappy part in the bottom. this part gets pretty freaking nappy, so I make sure I get good handfuls in there. So I give it a second. I end up leaving the beard like this. I get a whole thimble full, and I leave the beard out here airing out. Remember, Adam made a video about leaving the beard out to air out and get the oils in there and ferment the skin. The remaining stuff, again, as you can see, I tend to get dry skin here anyway. I just never really hydrated enough, so the extra stuff I just kind of get on the skin. Same stuff on my arms or whatever, just kind of get it in there. And then on the sideburns too, where I don't get enough. So I'm gonna obviously fast forward. I normally leave it like this for about a minute while I go, you know, get food, prepare for the day. And then I take this one. Now please, please don't judge me on this. I stole this from my girlfriend. It is now mine. I was planning to put some sort of gnarly skulls on there. You know, maybe like a dead baby or something really just badass manly. But no, it's a bright, I don't know what, pink-ish, purple comb. Look, girls have the best combs, okay? So fuck you guys. I'm stealing the comb. It's the best one. So I found that this is one of the best brushes I've ever used on my comb. On my beard. So I just go ahead and start combing that bad girl down. Again, straight down. Just to get in there all the way down where I can kind of feel my skin. Again, not super aggressive. A little bit on the stash, don't get crazy. Once I have everything down, then I start to comb up. Nice and easy. If you feel like it's tugging, again, just work with it. A lot of people get really crazy with the beard. You gotta take care of her, man. You know, if you want to look stylish and fresh, nice and easy here. You can feel it. Yeah, she's in good shape today. She's not too crazy. It really helps out when I do that beard wash in the shower in a light comb. If I don't, this process is a little longer, and I end up using about two eye drops full of the oil, which is what I normally do. But since I got the balm now, I use one and one. One full eye drop and a decent amount of the balm, and ends up working out pretty well. So again, I would leave this afro on my face for a little bit, but for the sake of the video, I won't get too crazy. But what I do for this nappy ass beard is that I actually start to comb down from the bottom, almost like in layers. So I go all the way to the bottom here. I hope you guys can see, and start from all the way in the back in that really nappy area that normally gets no love in the first place. So I start all the way in the back, slowly pulling that down with this extremely manly comb that was forged in hell itself on the skulls of my enemies. So little by little, slowly working my way to the top until I'm all the way at the top of the beard. Boom. At this point, the beard is under your control. As you probably can see the difference now. I used to have it, I trimmed a bunch of dead ends off of it. I know it sounds funny, but it was getting really puby at the bottom, so I took about 2-3 inches off, which hurt my soul a little bit. But I was able to get a more full look rather than that kind of scraggly pube look. So right now I'm still shaping her again into that. I used to have her into a sharp, kind of pointy beard. And so right now I'm just kind of almost boxing it out, make it kind of roundy look. So that's it. She's good in that aspect. And then I get Capo's Balm. Again, I like this smell. It's the Black Bear one. Here in Miami, I know Kyle did a really good thing by warming it up with the hair dryer. I think that works awesome, especially in the colder areas. Miami's always kind of warm, so it's going to be pretty manageable. But what I do, so you don't get your fingers too gunked up or under your nail, this is a big red comb. You can find them on Instagram. It's a good wooden comb with the teeth aren't too aggressive. So I just grab one end and take a good chunk out of it right here. And I put that right on my palm. By this time already here, it's already getting pretty waxy, pretty easy to get off or whatever. Put it in my hand, massage it in. I get a decent amount because this beard, I find out with the balm and the oil together, it lasts a pretty long time. And it also captures the smell really, really, really well. So whatever smell you like, either you combine them or whatever. By putting them both on, I tend to get a good capture of the smell. So if you don't want to go too crazy, maybe not as much balm or the other, but I feel like a good amount of both just really sticks with it too. So just again, work that into the beard in the same format that you would everything else. Again, up just a little bit, just to get it in that under part. Here on the stash. Again, I don't have the meanest, biggest stash, so this stuff just works fine for me. Put some on the burns here, on the stripes. Try to work as much as I can in there. Then I go over it again. Just a good straight one here. This time not as aggressive because it's already been combed, so no big deal. If I'm going to the gym, I'll probably leave it as is. If I'm going somewhere, maybe to a party or to the bar or to the pub to get smashed, I'll probably use this one to fine tune it. So by fine tuning it, I just go ahead and go straight down here. Well, that's a chunk of the beard there. So straight down. This kind of just gets the last bit here. So it kind of starts to give my beard especially a more straighter look. So I get a kind of just nice chunks in there. And then I just, if whoever want to like change the shape or add, either go out or in or sharp, this is the beard that the comb that I end up using. But right now that's it. I end up kind of doing any finishing touches on the side, kind of deal, whatever, and boom. So again, that's how I take care of my beard. It's pretty much a daily process. Obviously, if I don't, if I'm not at my house, I always take the oil and this comb. The reason why I don't take this, I don't want anyone else to see this in my bag. But now that I showed the whole fucking world, I don't know, I'll probably just take it everywhere. But this is also cumbersome. But this is just a good one. Again, with this one, I don't dig in the teeth in the beard. I kind of keep it on the side and kind of just go ahead and take off and edge it out kind of deal. So hope this helps. Big thanks to Capo's Oil. Adam, you're a good man. Thank you for everything. Kyle, hope this is somewhat on par. I'm afraid I'm not as handsome as you are. You're a piece of shit and your beard is amazing. But I hope to catch up one day. So if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to message me. And I'm sorry, but it's just a goddamn good comb.